guys, my name is Eleni. Welcome to me and welcome to Let's Not Talk Politics, where we talk about anything and everything not politics. So if you like, you can subscribe, turn on notifications, use your big beautiful brain to leave me a comment. Yesterday I had a little bit of a lapse in my Let's Not Talk Politics where I talked a little bit about politics, but in my defense, there was the whole American healthcare vote, and then my prime minister was a little shady, and then he wore Star Wars socks, so I think that my brain overheated, but I'm better now. Normally I talk about one thing at a time, but there's a couple of new things going on, plus I wanted to give you 2 new updates, so I want to do this in the most efficient way possible. So you know when I have reported about airlines and their policies and how I think they're going a little nutty with the way they treat their customers? Well, I was hoping things would get better, but today we have new news out of Delta. Well, about Delta Airlines from the Shear family. So Delta Airline is now offering an apology, money back, plus compensation to the Shear family after Dad Brian Shear posted a video of him and his family getting kicked off a Delta flight from Maui to California. So apparently what happened was that the Shear family is mom, dad, baby, toddler, 2 years old, and a teenage son. Now, they had bought tickets for mom, dad, teenage son, and we're going to hold the 2 little ones on their laps. The teenage son got on an earlier flight, so the dad put his 2-year-old in that seat. He had asked the gate agent ahead of time if it was okay if he did that, and he was told it was okay. So he's paid for all those seats. He's told people what's going on, asked if it was okay, got the all clear, sat his family down, only to be told the flight was overbooked and they would have to leave. Would I leave if it were me? No, I wouldn't just get up to go. I've paid for the seat. And if I'm sitting there with my family, we've all paid a significant amount of money to fly. Airline tickets are not cheap, and airline tickets for a family of 5, super not cheap. Dad said they weren't going to leave because they paid for the seats, and I keep saying this, bunnies. When you pay for the thing, you receive the thing. You pay for the seat on the airplane, you receive the seat on the airplane. It's not complicated. If an airline overbooks the flight, the airline's got to sort it out, and the way to sort it out is not to kick people who are already seated and strapped in off your flight. So like many other airlines, Delta, in their infinite wisdom, decided to have armed security personnel come and speak to the father and say that he had to remove his toddler, who was in a car seat on the airplane, which he got permission to do. I'm just going to remind you of that. And said it would be a federal offense and he might get jail time. Just before filming this video, I was watching a little update on CNN about this, and apparently, according to experts, that is incorrect. It is not a federal offense to give up your seat. It's not a federal offense to have a car seat on an airplane. So what has happened is that the airline itself and then the security personnel just started making up rules and lies in order to get this family off their airline. And the dad in the video is asking, well, what do you want us to do once we get off the airline? And the Delta employee is saying, well, I really can't speak to that. So basically, get off my plane. I don't really care what happens to you once you're off my plane. This happened a month ago. And only now that the dad has released the video has Delta apologized, offered to give money back and compensation. So first of all, they shouldn't have been kicked off to begin with. Secondly, if it's going to happen, which it totally shouldn't happen, if it's going to happen, you immediately offer a place to stay, their money back, more compensation, something to make it better. So the latest Delta story is basically to let us know, and all of you know, and all of us and all of you know, our rights as passengers, because people are lying to us to save their butts because they're overbooking flights. The second story I wanted to bring up in problematic YouTuber news, which I really love YouTube. That's why I post videos. I mean, you guys know I don't get the views to make any kind of money. I like this. Like, I like doing this. So when people are famous for doing something wrong or illegal, it kind of upsets me. Plus, if you've been with me for a little while, you know I'm not a fan of prank videos that genuinely play on people's emotion and generally, and you know, do illegal things or hurt themselves or other people. A YouTuber that goes by the name of Ross Creations is one of those people that they don't quite get what a prank is, because it's not a prank to remove a stop sign from an intersection. That's not a prank. That's not funny. So Ross Creations goes to this intersection that he says has not had a stop sign for over a decade, and it's completely unnecessary. So he proceeds to remove it. Then he proceeds to laugh as people just kind of go through the intersection without stopping because there's no stop sign. People are driving, guys. I'm amazing. Give me all the YouTube money. So thankfully no one was hurt, but according to a video posted by Ross from Ross Creations, he was arrested with a third-degree felony, which means that he could face up to 5 years in prison. And here's the kicker, my bunnies. He's asking for money to help him get a lawyer so that he won't go to jail. Because you know what's really awesome? When you do something super illegal and stupid, when you then ask people to give you money to save you from the stupid illegal thing you did. That's great. Also, there are public defenders. Also, you put it on your YouTube channel, so you have given people all of the evidence. So I don't relish people going to prison, but dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? It is not your job to determine whether a place needs a stop sign or not, then to remove it and watch people just whiz through an intersection. As a little problematic YouTuber segue, I wanted to give you an update on the Daddyofive channel. I know most of you who have been watching this and who have commented on my videos and many others, you already know Cody and Emma have been removed from the Martin household by their biological mother. Cody and Emma's mom, Rose Hall, has said for a little while now and continues to say that she's absolutely sick with what's been going on, particularly with Cody, which it seems that Cody was mostly the brunt of these pranks and quite frankly child abuse. And I don't like when families are separated, but I am very, very happy that these children have been removed. I will say that I'm unsure why the other kids are still there. Now, again, Rose Hall is the biological mother. She put in a petition, but when the courts get involved, according to what I understand, when the courts get involved, it's because they deem that there may be irreparable damage to the children. So I don't know if it's just because Cody seems to be the main brunt of this, that Cody and Emma were removed, or if it's still being investigated. What I will say to anybody watching this, because I have gotten some comments, which you're not going to find because I've deleted, but people saying, shut up, they're amazing, you're targeting them, you don't know what you're talking about. Again, the Daddyofive channel had over 700,000 subscribers. They were getting paid essentially by people to continue to abuse their children for money. So there's just not, there's really nothing you can tell me if you're a Daddyofive fan that's going to upset me. Really not, because you're a fan of this. You're a fan of children getting hurt. And as much as you may think it's okay because it's staged, children are genuinely crying and bleeding. I'm sure there'll be even more coming from Daddyofive as people are wondering what happens with the next children, what's going to happen going forward. They haven't posted anything on their social medias. They're keeping quiet because they now have people taking care of their image. I'm hoping that that's not the only thing they're worried about, because there's more important things than how people perceive you as how you actually live your daily life. And finally today, I just wanted to give a Fyre Festival update. So Fyre Festival was by Billy McFarlane, and Ja Rule was supposed to be the absolute in luxury. It ended up being a disaster. Before even we knew that money was mismanaged. There's no other way to see it. The money was mismanaged. You don't pay for a luxury champagne, caviar, wonderful yachts and everything, and then show up to refugee-style tents and bread and cheese. News report is that they paid Kendall Jenner $250,000 for one Instagram post, and they blew all their money way before the festival even was put together on models and yachts and all sorts of things except for infrastructure to support the talent that was supposed to perform, the stages, the accommodations. We're just finding out Fyre Fest employees, contractors, even potential investors knew months in advance that they weren't even going to get a fraction of what they promised, and thus the public was not even going to get a fraction of what they were paying for, which means that they tried to make it happen even though they couldn't make it happen. They had people fly there, they put them in these conditions, and when something is not working, you need to pull the plug, get as much money as you can, pay people back. That's how that works before the scandal, before the lawsuits, before everything. And each day that goes by, we find out that people were promised, investors, venues, just places for the whole infrastructure of this massive luxury festival were promised something like $25 million, which they never received. So was the money all spent? Did it go into Billy McFarland and Ja Rule's pocket? I don't know. But that's what's happened so far. So a lot going on for this Friday. There will be videos Saturday and Sunday. I hope everyone's doing really well. I hope your week was great. Let me know what you think about all of the things when we talk about the things that are things on this channel about things. I hope that you take care of yourselves so you can take care of each other, and I will see you very soon.